Hi guys, it's Panel here again. I'm back with another Doctor Who video. This time, I'm going to be talking about another personal favourite of mine, Castrovalva. Now, I know Castrovalva's not popular. It's kind of the thing that people warn you about when you're getting into the Fifth Doctor, coming off of season 18, the Fourth Doctor's final season, but I kind of like it. Obviously, it's not as good as any of the stories that precede it. Not as good as Status Decay, not as good as Legopolis, not as good as any of those things. But I really enjoy its kind of gentle, sloping, everyone's a bit not really into it kind of pace. Now, is it true that not much happens in it? Yes. Is it true that it's filmed almost exclusively in a studio? Also, yes. But I think this is like the first Highlander film of Doctor Who stories. I think it's one of those ones where if it had a higher budget, if it had been created in a time when Doctor Who had a higher budget in general, it would be more well thought of. Because I think underneath the kind of BBC 1980s budget level of things, there's a really interesting story about just messing with reality and messing with ontological stuff. That, by the way, is something I picked up from Janet Fielding herself in the DVD commentary for Castrovalva, which I remember listening to when I first had the story on DVD. That, for me, really gave it an extra kick because she mentions in her, because you know what DVD commentaries are like, everyone's a bit rambly. She mentions in her part of the commentary that for her it felt like an ontological thing. That is, you question your reality and where you came from, because of course all the people of Castrovalva are created by the Master as a trap. And that side of the story makes it really interesting for me when I watch it, because, I think in 2026, if there was a Doctor Who story that was focused on these people aren't real, they're created only as a trap for the Doctor, which is why nothing in Castrovalva makes sense. That's a really good hook for a story, and it's just a shame that it gets buried under all the, graffitied jungle masks and fake hunting that you never see, and wandering around real life locations and then wandering into a studio, which looks really odd. But yeah, I genuinely like Castrovalva, and I think you should definitely watch it, especially with the philosophical stuff in mind, because I think it's an underrated story, especially as a post-regeneration story. I think that Peter Davison is doing a good job introducing the audience to the Fifth Doctor, even if it's not the first time that he was playing the character, because his stories were filmed out of order. Anyway, that's it for me this evening. Subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you soon. Bye.